Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, I'm gonna tell y'all first of all, this episode is dope. It is dear to the heart for various things and reasons. This episode is about Elizabeth Key Grinstead. Now, here's the crazy thing about this, and I even say it on the show. The first person of African ancestry as a slave to be freed, not as the United States, within the lane of the still, at the time, 13 colonies. We were still talking 13 colonies back then. They were still on their 13 they ain't even really have names for joints back then. Boom. First free. From Warwick County. To top that all off, fast forward through time, Warwick County is Newport News, Virginia, where I'm from. Allen Iverson, Mike Vick, Aaron Brooks, Pearl Bailey, Ella Fitzgerald. Land of the greatness right there. There's a few more. I just ain't came across their names yet, but I'm just saying. Official tissue. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? A home, 757, Virginia, VA, one of the first of the 13 colonies. Yeah, I'm bragging a little bit. But that is what it is. Now, fast forward a little more, passes the statehood and the cityhood and the switch names and all that. She's like she's the 8-time great grandmother of Johnny Depp. Bam. Crazy. It's a wild story. This is what we do. It's the first of the, it's January. We out here hitting y'all in the head with a bunch of joints. It's gonna be dope. This is that new year. It's that new vibe. You know how we do, man. It's Black History. It's a dope moment. Like I said, I was just geeked out because where I'm from. 30 years of my crew. Soldiers of Newport News, son, S.O.N.N. I'm out here bragging at this point. But anyway, hip-hop is 50 hip-hop will be 50 this year, so it's the 50th. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole lot of joints going on. You know what I mean? And I think this will be like year 2 coming around the corner for me doing this right here too. So yeah, we just out here, chest out moments right here. Thank y'all for listening. Enjoy this right here. Thank y'all for listening. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. I see the little whatever that tells me where everybody's at when they listening. So yo, thank y'all for listening. Yeah, let's just get it. Do your own research on this. This is a wild story. And we gonna have some more dope stories. Like I said, inventors, writers, just dope history that gets swept under the rug or we don't talk about a lot. It's coming. We got joints all day. We gonna hit y'all off with that. This is how we do. Thank y'all for listening. Let's get into this show. Do your own research. Enjoy. Let's go. Yes. Hold on. Live at the Oasis. Legal Crime Radio. You know what? I gotta start doing that. Somebody gonna really be like, yo, he ran like that for real. Nah, I don't. I be out here on some real joints though. I be like, yo, let me put the bar together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, U, R. I messed up the whole alpha. Bet what you bet that I'm an alpha. Let the whole set get caught when I'm out there. Don't let them know what it is I'm about to. I'm playing around, you know. Out there, shout the, my clout the, route. Anyway, this is what we do, man. Just vibing out. Rest in peace to Marvin Gaye, man. Come on, man. You gotta let some of that Marvin play. That jump. Make me wanna holler. You ever just that vibe? I ain't even talking about like the vibe of the song. Just be like that joint, something like that. Just come into your soul. You be like, make me wanna holler. Hey, you be like, this ain't. And then people like be like looking at you like, oh snap, okay, alright, word, that's what we into right now. Like, yeah, that's the vibe we rocking with right here. That Marvin Gaye joint, just be out here rocking, have that sensibility. You know, smooth this too. Yeah, out there in the rain with the collar up, chilling. Like, yeah, what's going on? Y'all out here taking pictures out here in the rain is what's going on. Y'all couldn't find. I understand the song mood of the album, but you ain't got to really be out here in it, man. Get a good backdrop. Man. Y'all look wet. But anyway, this is what we do, man. This is how we get down. It's Wednesday. Y'all know what time it is. We know what time it is. So let's go like this. Take it from the top. Take it from the top. Like this moment in Black history. Here's a piece of history. Then I'm going to tell y'all at the end how wild this is. But for now, let me let y'all know there was a person, a female, who sued for freedom and won during the days of the 13 colonies. You know what I'm saying? We talking way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? She sued during the we own the United States or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Elizabeth Key Grinstead is how it's pronounced, but it's spelled grind like Trin stead, but it's pronounced Grinstead. So, for those that don't know, this chick was actually out here doing her thing. She was born, hold on, bring it back. She was born out here in Virginia, Warwick County, 1630. Her mama was a slave, her people were slaves. They was out here working it. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's why I rock this, which is one of the big reasons. Because for those who don't know, this goes to the crib, because y'all don't know how I get down like this. This is how dope, this is how deep my crib history runs. Warwick County is down to Dades, Newport, Bad News. Newport News, Virginia was once called Warwick County. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, this is how dope this is. Her peoples was out here over the James River Bridge and the Isle of Wight and all that. Her peoples was born in England. They brought her over here. They did what they do. Now, around 1636, in a civil case at the Blood Point Court, Thomas Key was charged with fathering a mixed race woman, which was Elizabeth, and we know, you know what I mean? So, that was complaints about his illegitimate child. At some point, because of that situation with her father being who he was, she got that joint. But I'm moving too fast for y'all. During this period in early Virginia, both African and European servants, not slaves, servants, were likely to go through periods where they would usually pass off with each other, get passports, and have passes to America. The colonies of that period didn't consider that slavery at the time. You were just working class servants. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Now, we all know about the whole Lord thing that jumped off when they actually went out their way and tried to make slavery. As a result, though, of her freedom suit and similar challenges, in December of 1662, the Virginia House passed a colonial law to clarify the status of children of women of Negroes descendant of those of white people. You know what I'm saying? It required the children are born within the mother are bound. If the mother is bound to be free, bound or free, using the principle of what they considered the statute was the departure of the English common law tradition. You see what I'm saying? So the way my homegirl got out of it was her peoples, especially on her father's side, was free. They came here as servants when the whole law switched around back in the day where it was like, no, now only black people are slaves. Her people, by classification of the grandfather law, they was grandfathered in as servants. So she rocked out on that. She ran in, she made moves, she did her thing. Now, as I'm telling y'all all of this, the whole point about Warwick County being bad news, salute, bad news, VA, what up? Here's another dope piece of history that is also crazy. Now, this woman is is Johnny Depp's 8th great grandmother. As time goes on, somewhere along the line, you get Johnny Depp. Bam. See what I'm saying? This is wild joint. No, this is real deal right here. This is wild joint. Son, this is wild. Look that joint up. You get, it's a dope joint. But again, the whole thing was the issue with the mixed race thing and the way that she came through and got her freedom off top of that. It's wild. For those who don't know, like back in the day was wild. Back in them days was just hectic because again, there was no quote unquote slavery at first. It was indentured servants, and everybody, like for those who were over there, for the blacks and stuff, like poor blacks in Europe, you were allowed to come through. You know what I'm saying? But when they turned, like France, tried to get into the black code, when America got their black code on, a lot of places, especially if you was in the South, you got swept up in that. You know what I'm saying? You got swept up in that whole slavery joint. It's wild, right? It's wild, especially if you were straight black and you weren't a mixed race, like if you had no mixed blood within you to at least offset that. You were caught up in the mix. You know what I'm saying? That 12 years a slave thing, that's why even with him, of course, like if you know the story in the movie also, yeah, you can tell this brother is definitely not a slave, but because he had no skin tone that made him look like he was a mulatto, a mixed, you know what I'm saying? It was like, nah, we ain't worried about that anyway, B. We got you. It is what it is. Boom. Talk back if you want, try to get all uppity if you want. I mean, you can tell. I mean, I know the movie doesn't show it, but come on, man. My man must have really went through some stuff. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole other story. We've got to get into that too. Because that's a wild story. 12 years a slave dude, that's a wild. Solomon, that's a joint. But right here, with this Elizabeth Key, Grinstead, this is a dope moment. It was a wild moment. Like I said, there was similar cases. She was the first within the 13 colonies to win and do her thing, become free, move on in life, prosper as time goes on. Again, generations down the line, you get a Johnny Depp in the game. Salute. That's a Black History moment. Don't believe me? Look that joint up. Look that joint up. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. We got a little less than 30 minutes or whatever, about 20 minutes or something to rock. We can play around with it and bring it back and do what we do. Let's go, man. Black history is a wild joint, man. History is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? That's my time. Yo, I don't even know what happened. But anyway, that's my time. We live, baby. We live. You know how we do, man. Word up. It is what it is. Anyway, let's go. Let's pop it off. I will holler at y'all Saturday. You know how we do on Saturdays. Everything's on the board Saturday for sure. New stuff, old stuff, gangster stuff, whatever, man. You know how we do on Saturdays. It's just a whole nother level on Saturdays. So, yo, a lot of the stuff ain't queued up right now, so we just out here vibing out. That's the wild part. Y'all ain't understanding. We was not queued up on certain. All the little hot Q cheat codes, we ain't had none of that. We was old school it all the way through. Woo. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, as y'all can hear, this ain't no beat. This ain't the wheel joint right here. This ain't how it really go down. But anyway, as we go, I don't know where this gonna end at. Let me do it like this. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace. And it's time to outright, hey. Sometimes it just works out like that. I will holler at y'all. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.